If you fly, you'll want to see our special report. News 8 has obtained a controversial audio tape of air traffic controllers who say they're seeing lots of problems. Next.
Mel Gibson, Christine Lottie, and Joni Mitchell, all tonight. Now, your local news.
Next on News 8 at 11 o'clock. Are the skies over Indiana safe? Tonight, our I-team uncovers some startling information about air traffic controllers and close calls.
Not one, but two lame duck coaches will be on the sidelines for the Old Oaken Bucket game in Lafayette tonight. Another vote is taken on whether to repeal a gay rights ordinance. We'll have a live report next on News 8 at 11.
You're watching 24-Hour News 8, the best news you'll get all day. Now, here's what's new at 11.
We got two aircraft that no one was talking to, and just now they're going to get too close.
An Indianapolis air traffic controller tries to contact two airplanes on a collision course before it's too late. Good evening, it's 11 o'clock. Tonight, some chilling conversations between pilots and controllers over the skies of Indiana.
And those near misses are more common than you'd think. Controllers at the Indianapolis Center now lead the nation in operational errors. News 8's Neal Moore and the I-team have been examining what's going on, and Neal joins us from the airport with more. Neal?
Debbie and Mike, obviously during peak travel times, this terminal is packed with travelers. There is a presumption of safety on their part. Now, an operational error that you just talked about is when two aircraft get within 5 miles of one another or less. And that may not sound like much, but remember, jetliners travel at about 500 miles an hour.
American 1428, Indy Center. Roger, good afternoon.
It's just a nightmare that probably every controller's had at one time or another.
American 1636 is Nordo.
Nordo means no radio.
United 1634 is Nordo also.
Oh, my.
Two airplanes, one from Memphis, the other Kansas City, are barreling toward each other at 500 miles an hour over Evansville.
They're on a collision course.
United 1634 Center.
Nobody clocked either airplane.
American 1636 if you hear the center ident.
That's probably the worst incident that I've worked, simply because I couldn't talk to the airplanes. I thought about going home and changing my pants afterwards.
In audio tape obtained by the I-team, air traffic controllers sound relatively calm, directing other aircraft away from the two unresponsive jetliners.
How long are we going to have to stay down there?
Sir, I don't know. I just need you to start down now for traffic. We got two aircraft that no one was talking to, and just now they're going to get too close.
But moments earlier, another controller had complained about unsafe traffic levels in the area.
I'll need you out of flight level 280 in less than a minute for traffic.
And while controllers here were probably not to blame for the incident, a jump in air traffic made it more difficult to spot and handle quickly.
We were too busy.
United 195, contact Memphis Center.
Memphis Center was too busy. Kansas City was too busy.
2822 for Yankee Bravo.
When you get too busy, then you lose track of a guy who should be on your frequency that's not, and then stuff like this happens.
Just imagine being on one of those jets flying directly into the path of another oncoming plane. An analysis of FAA records indicates the prospects of such an incident are increasing, and while air travel remains comparatively safe, incidents involving misdirected planes are on the rise, and it's a big problem here in Indianapolis.
FAA records obtained by the I-team indicate our air traffic control center has one of the worst error records in the nation, and increasing air traffic suggests the problem will only get worse.
It becomes more of a battlefield. You're constantly working airplanes and airplanes and airplanes.
62, contact Indy Center on 123.77.
There's times where you just descend guys and you just tell them to hurry up. Sometimes you wonder how safe it is.
Since the air controllers' strike in 1981, airline traffic nationwide has increased by more than a third. Yet there are 20% fewer controllers at the Indianapolis Center.
If you constantly have operational errors, that means that things are getting out of control. It's a red light. And in order to fix those problems, things have to change.
United 1634 is expediting to 31 now. He just called us and we're going to turn him left.
After several tense minutes, 33,000 feet over Evansville, one of the pilots contacted the center when he saw the other airplane fly by him without incident.
It was somebody on one of those airplanes that had something to do down the road, and they weren't meant to punch out on my frequency.
In other words, they could have easily crashed.
They could have.
Now, controllers say there are several reasons for operational errors, among them some equipment problems, also low staffing levels, but those problems have gotten a lot more attention in other cities, and we'll examine why that is tomorrow night. Mike and Debbie?
Yeah, Neil, just wondering, what was the official word on what happened in that near collision?
Well, the FAA is still putting together its official report, but the indications are that the air traffic controllers, at least those here in Indianapolis, were not responsible.
Okay, Neil, thank you. Neal Moore at the airport.
A warning tonight about a growing scam involving airline tickets. This Florida travel agency is being investigated for ticket fraud. The agency bought cheap tickets, then used special stickers to change the date for more expensive flights. Then they'd resell those tickets and make a profit. Travel experts say passengers often learn of the scam when the airline refuses to honor the tickets. The bottom line to all this, these stickers are only supposed to be used by the airlines, not travel agents. On to Campaign 96 now, and one of the many races we're watching is for the congressional seat vacated by retiring Andy Jacobs.
Tonight, a Democratic Party powerhouse stopped in Indianapolis to support the Democratic candidate. Our Anne-Marie Turnan joins us now.